This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Tune in daily, get your positive vibrations. Learn different words in your own native language. Learn being black ain't all about slavery. They put that in the school book, it's part of education. We need to rewrite it, need some better information. Like how we built the pyramids and formed our own nation. Visit different continents and then try to invade them. Way before Columbus, but that ain't none of these pages. It's all just rumors, just a bunch of speculation. But why I never admit every hero is Caucasian. Even white people starting to say this shit is racist. Like how they talking to blacks for this vaccination. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Appreciate the views and appreciate the comments. Keeping it real, always giving you this content. Hoping that my people don't take nothing out of context. Giving you
Positive vibration. Good day to you all. This is Major. You're tuning to Major TV. Let's talk. Today we're going to have the elders speak to the people. And the title is going to be The Black Community and Its Genius. Before we get into the elders speaking, I want to share something with you all. Positive vibrations and good day to you all. This is an invite to the members only Money Matters segment on YouTube. We talk about everything dealing with money, credit, investing, and much more. Hit the join button under my YouTube videos and you'll get a pop-up screen with all your talk about money matters. To join is only $5 a month. This is only for those who are serious about becoming financially literate. Join now and seize the moment. Sorry about that. But look, if you just tune in, like and share this live. The elder will speak to us. I will humbly yield a flow to him. And I just want to let everybody know that when the elders speak, if you don't know, you should listen. The brothers drop jewels from some of the highest places spiritually and the important knowledge on us as he's passing through on this journey. And I believe that it's imperative that as a people, we understand that we listen to our elders and follow their guide. And I'm talking about the elders that's walking in righteousness and very conscious responsible about what's going on in our community. Without further ado, I want to bring on the great elder, Charara. Peace and blessings. Salute, brother.
Positive vibrations, Major. And I thank you for that wonderful invite. And I'm pleased to be here. I've not been here in a minute. To all of the listeners, let's do first things first. I would like to do some libations, which is one of our ancestral traditions as African people, as Black people, as man, original being, original woman, the original creation. We always pay homage to our ancestors in their entirety. So we do libations, and that will bring in, we normally use clean, pure water, good water, not from the regular system. And we use a plant. In this case, I'm using aloe vera, an aloe vera plant that I have here. And, we do this to bring in the positive energies of our ancestors, that they should, matter of fact, it is our righteous ancestors that I'm referring to. not the ones that have went astray and went off and joined the other energies that is counterproductive, that is anti-life, unrighteous, evil, wicked, covetous, um, mischievous ancestors. We are not of that tribe of ourselves. So I say, ashe to our righteous ancestors. Ashe to our genius and our contributions to the earth and to all of creation. I say ashe to all of the ancestors that many of us are not familiar with, but those ancestors are known as all of nature. Ashe to all of the young children and the unborn children. Ashe to those that are in turmoil, that they find peace and they find guidance. To all the great ones whose footsteps we follow and we walk alongside, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Patrice Lumumba, Noble Drew Ali, Muhammad Ali, Yeshua, Muhammad, and all of our ancestors, such as Nani, such as Bethune, such as Queen Nzinga, Queen Amina, Queen Nyabingi. As we say in the name of Nyabingi, we say death to all oppressors, black or white. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and all the brothers and sisters that is so numerous, I cannot even mention all of them at this time. Ashe, ashe, and good vibrations. We welcome all righteous spirits and righteous energies, righteous thoughts to this community, Major TV. Let's talk. Okay. We want to discuss something here tonight, this evening, that is very important. Hold on one moment, please. Hey, listen, y'all want to have a conversation? I'm live. Okay? Please, if you don't mind, children, or they can talk softly. They can talk softly if they want to. Excuse the interruption there a moment. All things work together for the good for those who love the Most High. We're speaking about the Black community. That's very important for us to understand or understand of a rock standing of what we are speaking about when we say community. There's a great change that is happening right now. Each and every one of us is involved in this great change. Whether we choose to be or not, we're a part of the change. We're speaking about community. We have to redefine community. We cannot continue in the way of our adversary. When we speak anything in these times, this is a new millennium. This is 2022. In this millennium age is 22. That's a master frequency. In this 2022 is the time of responsibility and accountability. There are things that are happening that none of us can control, but we all are a part of this. And the Black community is pivotal. Come unity. Come unity. If you look at the spelling of the word, it tells you what the word is all about. Come unity. Come. C-O-M. Come. Unite. Be one. Not five. Not two. Be one. Unity meaning oneness. Not only just coming together physically and being one physically, but oneness in terms of vision, in terms of what we share. Community. Come unity. If you look at the word community, you know, I put in there Black community, but the word community as it stands is defined as a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. So as you see, community is not really a place. If we don't have the same attitudes, if we don't have the same interests, and we don't have the same goals, then we're not a community. So community has nothing to do with the fact that there's a bunch of Black people, copper tone people, original people, indigenous people living in Georgia. If they don't share the same common attitudes and interests and goals, then there's no community. That's going when we go by their definition of community. Now, we already know that through DNA strands, they have identified and is able to document intelligence, or what they call IQ. And as it has been scientifically broken down, that the IQ of the orangutan is 3 strands, and the gorilla is 4 strands, and the chimpanzee is 5 strands, and all human beings on the planet is 6 strands. But the African, the Negro, copper tone people, Black people, they are 9 strands. And we understand what that means or what it implies, then we begin to understand somewhat why we are treated the way we are by the adversary, and why we become, even though, you know, we pose no real threat, we become a threat. So we're speaking about community because, see, we have to redefine that. What is for our ethnicity, for our people, the copper tone people, the earth tone people, the indigenous people of this planet. We're on another level of everything. All the human beings on the planet do not get to say they are man and woman. That is reserved to our species within the, lack of a better expression, the human species, let's say. We are above the human being. Not in terms of we're better than, no. We're just saying in terms of for the purpose of creation and that which created all things. We were created with a special frequency and energy that was different and unlike any other species of humanity. Even though we're part of humanity, we are not as human beings would be. Like they say, he's only human, he done went out and slaughtered 6 million people. Oh, he's only human. Or he done went over there and dropped a bomb on a nation of people to destroy their old tradition, their old culture. And that's just what human beings do. Or they engage in wars that take the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. That's what human beings do. See, we are not on that. That's not what we do. We are not destroyers. We are constructors. We construct, we build. We may deconstruct something that has been constructed in order to reconstruct it, but we are not people that go around trying to destroy it. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense. It's uncivilized. There's nothing in that. So when we say community, and I say all that to say this, when we say community, and when we say more specifically Black community or earth tone Aboriginal indigenous peoples community, we are talking about their genius. We're not talking about a particular place. We're talking about a place in which we all share. It's our genius, our minds, which is where we find ourselves into this 2022, in this February 2022, where we are actually being attacked. Our genius is being attacked. Our DNA, because our genius stems from our DNA. So if they're trying to alter your DNA, they're trying to alter your genius, trying to alter your thinking, trying to alter your mind from returning or from remembering who you are in reality and in truth. The Most I say, worship me in spirit and in truth. And when you pray, pray without ceasing. So we are different. We are different. And many of us that look like us are not us. They are actually human beings. See? So they're like wolves in sheep clothing. They black like me, black like you. They talk black or whatever that means. You know, they live in black neighborhoods or communities in society, but they just are just counterproductive to the movement of liberation, self-determination, and to the spirit and the energy of righteousness and truth and harmony. So we have to be able to accept the reality and the truth of the times. 2022. Give you an example of Black genius, Black community. This is a list of inventions, and this is a short list, trust me. What our people, the earth tone, copper tone people of this planet, have invented and contributed to civilization from the beginning of perceived time until now cannot fit on one sheet of paper like this. But to just give you an example, we're talking about the air conditioning unit was invented by Frederick M. Jones, July 12th, 1949. The Almanac by Benjamin Banneker, August 1791. Automatic cutoff switch. And you can continue. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's about 20, there's about 30, there's about 60 names on here with their inventions. Now you can always go online and Google what I'm saying to see the things that we have actually contributed. They call this African American inventors. But it's not African, it's American inventors. The copper tone, earth tone people of these Americas are Americans. We are the Americans. The European Caucasians that came here, they are alien to this land. They came here and later on began to call themselves Americans. And they changed many different things around to the point where we're now calling ourselves African Americans. And that was coined by Jesse Jackson. Okay. And we call ourselves all kind of black people and so on and so forth. For those who are actually stuck on those misnomer of a description of who we are, you know, I mean no disrespect. I mean no disrespect, but we're not black people. I'm not going against what next person believes. For one has the free right to believe in what they want to believe in, and the free right to worship God and how they wish to worship God, and to wear what they want to wear and to think what they want to think. We're not here in this forum to be combative to anyone, but at the same time, we're not here to appease anyone. This is my insight that I'm sharing on Major TV Let's Talk. So if anyone is offended, I apologize sincerely, because it was not my intention to offend anyone. I'm speaking truth. You may research it for yourself if you like. There's also a man, they consider him to be the greatest mathematician. What I'm showing you now is confirmation of the of the original people's community. When we say community, this is what we should be thinking in terms of community. When we say ancestors, we should be thinking not just of physical beings like ourselves that came before us. We should be thinking of the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the hills and the valleys and the brooks and the seas and the rivers and the oceans and the insects and the beasts of the field and the fishes of the ocean. And all of these are our ancestors, because why? They came before us. They were here before us. And we were just given dominion because we were made in the image of that one who brought them, who's the life force behind all things that is created within the universe. We are the image and the likeness of those ones that created all of creation and what we call nature today. So all of nature is our ancestors. And when we return to our ancestors, we become protected. We become guided. Ain't nobody got to lead us nowhere. We don't need a leader at this point, because we're all guided, because we're all one within the essence of who we really are, because we have remembered who we are, and we have returned and we have reconnected our minds to our hearts. Okay, so there's a gentleman by the name of Gabriel Oyibo. Gabriel Oyibo. This is a Nigerian mathematician who invented the theory of everything. See, while they have us in confusion, because confusion is designed to not allow you to remember, so that because once you remember, you will return, you will reconnect, and not only that, you will reconnect and return, you will disconnect. Like Grandma said, like you will deconstruct in order to reconstruct. We're not here to destroy. Like Christ, Yeshua said, I come not to change the law, but to fulfill the law. Each and every one of us here has a specific divine and sacred purpose, and it's up to each and every one of us to find that purpose, and align ourselves, and not only as individuals, but as families, as one entity. Although you have 2 hands and 2 feet and many other parts to your anatomy, it operates as one unit in full cooperation with one another. It's the greatest corporation ever built. When you stand in the mirror, what you're seeing is the greatest corporation. It's a corporation that works in synergistic harmony with one another. My hands don't fight my feet. My tantien, which is the seat of my soul, which is my midsection, don't fight. My solar plexus, the organs in my thoracic cavity, doesn't fight against each other. They cooperate on a constant basis. No matter what happens, this corporation that was created by the Most High was designed to operate regardless of what goes down. So, Gabriel Oyibo invented the theory of everything. So what is that? Let me give you a little idea of who Gabriel Oyibo is and where he's coming from. Because you see, Gabriel Oyibo is our community. So we need to come off of this stuff where we go to this adversary telling him, well, in our community, we need this and we need funding and all this business. We need to stop that. That's his community. That's his genius at work. When we argue and we fuss and fight against each other and be all in some kind of what do you call it? Always debating and talking about how I see it or how you see it. No, this is a different language now. The language is the language of we and us. So we here at Major TV, we are not really interested in fighting against foolishness, because foolishness is foolishness. Only reason I'm here on Major TV is because I don't get into this other confusion business. We are here. We are here. We. When you look at this man, and when I look at you, I see we. When you look at this man, you ought to see we. You ought to see us. So when we say we went out today and we did this and this, the old languages be this. Well, you know, I went out there, man, and I did this and that. You see? Yeah. Where were you yesterday? Well, we were at so-and-so, but I did by myself. And for all, you know, reality, there was no one with me, but it was we, because we understand that we're bigger than this manifestation. This is the Black community, is the Black genius. So Professor Oyibo, Einstein had a limitation. For example, Einstein believed, let me give it to you. Professor Oyibo is the brain behind God Almighty Grand Unified Theorem. God Almighty Grand Uniform Theorem. And it's abbreviated as the GAGUT. It answers all theorems to space, time, life, past, present, and future. So you see, we don't need to be thinking about these little guys that want to walk these sheets around their head and when a light crosses up on fire and deal with terrorism and fear and confusion and threats and murder and mayhem and chaos, and then we busy dealing with all of that. We're missing out on our own genius and our own community. We're living their community. So the purpose, I hope, and I pray that we will achieve. Remember, I'm also new to this new language. So as we hope and we pray that we will achieve the unification and understanding, a greater understanding of who we are, and remember and return to one another and begin to love one another and work together in a cooperating with each other spirit, renewing and rebuilding this corporation that was given to us with mind, body, and soul. So this is what we would like to achieve at the end of this broadcast. So anyway, I would like each and every one to just go ahead and Google Professor Gabriel Oyibo, and do a little research on him. Quite interesting. He was behind the God Almighty Grand Unified Theorem, GAGUT. The Kogi state-born mathematician, completed his undergraduate studies at the Hamadu Bello University, Zaire, northwestern Nigeria, before proceeding to obtain a PhD in aeronautics and mathematics from the Rensselaer Institute in 1981. His work at NASA was a stepping stone to his research of the theory of everything. Before his discovery, there was this general question by mathematicians and scientists around the globe. The question was, is there one mathematical equation called the theory of everything that explains everything in the universe? Now just think about that for a minute. This is one of us that said, okay, I'm going to solve that equation, and solved it. That's our community. That's our community. We must protect our community at all costs and by any means necessary. Malcolm X said that, and it's real. It's not about them buildings or nothing like that. It's about not wanting us to exercise our genius. Because if we do, then war becomes obsolete. And rape and disrespect and unrighteousness and filth and covetousness and envy becomes a thing of the past. But they strive over these things. They say war is prosperity. So, they got to make sure they have a war every so often, destroy everything and come back and rebuild it. That's their genius. That's their community. Remember, live your own community. Live in your own genius. And you have self-determination is your right to that genius because it belongs to you. Why would you exchange your genius for another man's genius? And especially another man that does not, is not in the same community, see? It doesn't have the same kind of, what do you call it? It doesn't have the same, they don't have the same respect. It doesn't have the same feelings or issues or doesn't feel the same way about nothing. That man that whose genius we are now exercising, okay, he doesn't have the same attitude, doesn't believe in the same way we believe. He's not concerned about the things we are concerned about. So why would we take that genius and put it on and say we're going to live in that genius when we already have our own genius? And many of us are looking at each other and we say, yeah, brother, we need to have our own schools. We need to have our own hospitals. We need to have, you go to their hospitals and it becomes a hospice for us. But it becomes a hospital for their own. It doesn't make sense, do it? No. So we need to go ahead and understand our genius and where we stand. So Einstein's theory of relativity was believed to have answered this question to some extent. The Einstein theory of relativity comprises of two components. One, special relativity, which is a relationship between mass and energy, and general relativity, which is gravitational force and force field. So Einstein theory had limitations. We all know that. They're hiding the real genius. They're keeping the real genius down. And all these pseudo geniuses come up and they say, white supremacy and we're supreme, we're superior to you. But then scientifically, how could you be superior to us when you only have 6 strands of DNA to prove your intelligence and we got 9? So we're talking about the dispellation or the dispelling of lies and the replacing these lies, which is again, deconstruct or reconstruct. We're replacing these lies with truth, real truth, truth that does not have to be proven because truth is self-evidence. So if I got to sit down to you and convince you that this truth is real, then you do not possess the truth inside of you. This is why we say, those who have eyes to see shall see and ears to hear will hear. Because if you do not possess the truth, how can you perceive the truth? How can you see the truth? If you do not have the truth in you, how can you hear the truth? You don't want to hear it. This is his genius, though, working on you. Humble. Be humble. Be humble. Put yourself down in order to bring yourself up. The black genius is the black community, not no doggone neighborhood. Not no geographical location. Africa is not the continent. Africa is the people, and we are all over the earth. There's no place on earth where we are not at. Understand the scope. They create countries in order to rule us when we ruled the globe. What is your nation? My nation is Earth. The earth is where you're from. Where you from, brother? Oh, you mean where I was born? Because I'm from the earth. Well, I was born in New York. I was born in Jamaica. I was born in Trinidad. I was born in South Africa. See, where you're born and where you're from is 2 different things. We are all from the earth. We are all earthlings. These other concepts have to be changed. See, the truth, as one would say, is more disruptive than the lie. Is more disturbing than a lie. Lies have caused wars and many people to die. Numbers never do that. So truth is truth. What goes around comes around, and what goes up must come down. And what a man sow, so shall he reap. Nothing will ever change that. We live for the truth. We live for righteousness. We live for our community, the black genius. My people before me did not die so I can sit here and talk this way. They lived so that I could talk this way. Their death is in the hands of another man out of envious and covetousness and bad-mindedness and unrighteousness and all these evil things that other man did. He decided to take my life because I live righteously. And righteousness in his eyes is something that he cannot deal with. He cannot accept to see another man living peacefully, not interfering with him, willing to share whatever material things he may need or have in need of, but because he's jealous and he's envious and he's covetous and he's hateful, he kills and he maims and he destroys and he steals when he can just, all you have to do is ask. The Lord said, ask and you shall receive. All you have to do is ask. He said, seek and you shall find. If he wanted to find, even in his own land, he could find things very valuable if he would just seek. But because he's a human being of the lowest order, he decides to force his genius upon others and have them live how he would have them live rather than their right to live how they wish to live, which is their right to self-determination. So we don't die so that blah, blah, blah. No, we live. And that's what we have to become knowledgeable and used to, the reality of that we are living. We are not dying. We are not dying. Death is relative to life. That's not a big deal. Everybody dies and everything dies. If we are to say death is a reality, it's just a transformation of energy in realness of itself. Because we cannot be created, nor can we be destroyed, because we are pure energy. The manifestation of thus is Chihuahua today. Tomorrow I could be whatever I want to be. So we move forward always and backward never. Life unfolds, but it also envelopes itself. So life is not just an unfolding. Life also envelopes. And it's just a constant process of unfolding and enveloping, unfolding and enveloping. And every time it unfolds, we hope that it unfolds even greater things that it unfolded before. And when it envelopes, it takes that information of its unfoldment previous to unfold something greater. We have to understand the truth and accept it and take it upon ourselves and absorb it into our very beings. So the Black genius is the Black community. And Mr. Oyibo is proof of this. So he took Einstein's theory and said, let me solve this problem for these guys. And he solves it. And he said, GAGUT is said to answer all the theorems of space, time, life, post, present, future, and present. Now, the G is invariant of known and unknown forces. Invariant means it doesn't change. Invariant means it doesn't alter. I mean, therefore, when we say God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, we're talking about this. This force, this energy is God. But he mathematically solved it. You understand? So it doesn't change because of known or unknown forces. It doesn't change. After the known force hits it, it reverts right back to where it's at. When the unknown force hits it, it reverts right back to where it's at. That's because that's God. You see, that's the God energy in his mathematical structure. Then you have invariant of space. So it doesn't matter about what space it is, macro, micro, doesn't matter what space it is. It doesn't change. Invariant to time. Doesn't matter. If it's before birth, during life itself, after birth, after death, it doesn't matter. All things move within this theorem that this brother, not a Caucasian, solved. Now, many of us So, many of us may know it, but I believe many of us don't know, because I just came upon this brother recently, and I've shared with as many people as I can. So it doesn't, transformation of space and dimension, it's invariant. It doesn't alter. It remains the same. A number that does not change origin in the coordinate plane where all dimensions begin or come from. It doesn't change. So the theorem states, all elements of the universe are controlled by a form of God or God's spirit, thus proving the existence of God. This is not new to us, because we knew that from we're the one that brought God into focus in the human race. We taught them. We introduced them to the whole reality that God is. So what our purpose is tonight, is that we will now understand where we're at and put aside all the foolishness and how I see stuff and what I believe. See, to believe is your enemy's genius. Why do you want to believe when you can know? Why would you choose belief over knowledge? Why would you do that? Why would you ignore knowledge for what you believe in? We were not made to believe. We were made to know and understand and experience, so that we can become wiser. And when we leave here, you can only take your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding with you to the beyond. It's just another birth into another energy form, except you will have knowledge gathered from this plane, this third dimensional plane. Let us understand that truth is paramount and mandatory for survival. Truth is paramount and mandatory for our survival. Now, you can be confused, all those who may feel like, what's this brother talking about? Hey, you're not of the mold. Don't feel bad. Fall back and start studying so that you can become a part of it. Because guess what? Nobody's going to hold our hands and carry us across the threshold. The only prerequisite is that you have to want to be free. You have to want to be liberated. You have to want to no longer be in pain. You have to no longer want to be confused. You want to no longer have to be crying all these tears. Oh, my son got shot. Oh, my daughter was kidnapped in this sex trafficking foolishness. Oh, my child committed suicide because they didn't know if there was a man or a woman. Oh, they was confused. You got to not want that in order to get rid of that. So self-determination as a community starts with self-determination as individual beings. How can you be self-determined and benefit our genius, which is our community, if you do not understand that you need to be self-determined? You have to want to be free. You have to want to be in peace. You have to want to love, be able to love. And I'm not talking about sex, because they have changed a whole lot of shit. Excuse my language, but they've changed a whole lot of stuff when they started messing with the words. And that's a whole nother lesson. But let us continue. That's all I'm gonna do on brother Gabriel Oyibo, the Nigerian mathematician. There's another brother by the name of Maxwell Chikumbutso. a Zimbabwean. Now, and I'm just showing you these, I'm just bringing these things up to say, listen, when you go into your community, you drive cars, transportation, you go to the store, you go to the salon, you go get your nails done. The men go to the barber shop. They want a house built. They get a carpenter. They get an electrician. These are all in our community. These are what? Disciplines. Coming from where? Our genius. It's not a place. Our community is not a place. Our community is us. When I look into your eyes, I'm looking at my community. We must defend our community with our life, not with our death. Forget that. What can a dead man do? A dead man can't do nothing. He can't eat. He can't digest nothing. He can't urinate. He will not have a bowel movement. He can't think. He cannot do anything because he's dead. And it is his life in which he does everything. A dog that is dead can't bark. A cat that is dead can't meow. And they definitely cannot have children, can't reproduce. They can't have kittens, they can't have puppies. We can't have children if we're dead. So why are we killing our children when we're alive? Something is incongruent in that behavior. That is an anti-self behavior. When will we learn to be pro-self and not anti-self? Okay? So we have Maxwell Chikumbutso from Zimbabwe. This brother is deep. This brother converted radio frequencies directly into clean and renewable energy. Radio frequencies now. He's self-taught. He's a self-taught engineer. He dropped out of school at 14. He's known for having developed a green energy. He was denied patents because they said they denied it because his inventions violated the laws of physics. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, let's see. What is a patent, right? A patent, let me see if I got it here. Okay, a patent is a right granted to an inventor by the federal government that permits the inventor to exclude others from making, selling, or using the invention for a period of time. So I mean the patent really expires then. The patent system is designed to encourage inventors that are unique and useful to the society. Okay. The man dropped out of school. He's a self-taught engineer. He don't need no encouragement more than his community. We call it his genius. Okay. So then what is a patent about? Isn't that basically, this is what I believe, this is how I feel, and disclaimer, that, Major TV don't feel the way I feel. May or may not feel the way I feel. I don't know, but I'm giving you my insight. I take responsibility for the words that's coming out of my mouth. And it's not a disrespectful thing, but you know how the enemy is. You'll take something righteous and make everybody believe it's unrighteous, something good and make everybody believe it's something bad, something lovely and make it something hateful. That's their genius. That's how they utilize their genius. Their community is full of toxic trash. Okay? So from the energy that I'm feeling from my ancestors, you know, a patent is a system to me of thieves designed by our government to basically steal your stuff, steal your genius and turn it around into their genius. Now, let me prove that in give you an idea of how that's done. There was with Maxwell Chikumbutsu, he was denied his patent because it violated the laws of physics. That's bullcrap. How you going? It's an invention that he invented that benefits all of humanity. You can get renewed, clean energy. What is that? That sound like freedom, doesn't it? Radio frequencies is just radio frequencies, man. If you can take a radio frequency and let it do something more than just give you a transistor radio work. This guy, this brother set it up when an Angolan and a Brazilian investors, they teamed up and decided to assist the brother. And so in this radio called Tech Zim, they reported that Maxwell Chikumbutsu created a radio frequency powered television. So it's television. What he had made is a system. You don't need a cord to plug it in. You don't need. It's similar to Wi-Fi, but it's different from Wi-Fi. You don't need no batteries. You don't need no plug-in. It's just a doggone system that's just powering itself off the air. That's our genius. That's our community. Protect our community. Protect our children who's coming with some greater geniuses. That's why they're attacking the children. Confusing them. Oh, now what your binary, your this X, Y, Z, A, B, C. You're all of these acronyms and these different things, but you're not what you're born as, and you can be that if you want, and you have the right to do this, and you have the right. Now parents don't exist anymore. But there's also a science behind that. For another lesson goes into that. But I'm saying this to show you how they're not after you because you're black. Put it that way. Or because you're brown skin, copper tone, or nothing. That's just your identity. When somebody does a crime and somebody calls it in, the first thing they ask you is, what did he or she look like? Describe that person. What you see, the copper tone, earth tone that you see on this broadcast and that you see in the mirror when you look into the mirror, that's your identity. Let's say, let me see your ID. Where you're looking at my ID. I am my ID. So they're just using that to identify your genius, your community. And then they attack it with red line and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, this is what we're talking about. This is the brother here, the mathematician, that deals with all of what I was saying earlier. Please check him out. Check him out. He's interesting. Also check out Maxwell Chikumbutsu. This was also right after this was done, right after the brother came out. USA Today released in November 10, 2020, released at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by Mackenzie Sadeji, a fact checker. It says no evidence that Zimbabwean inventor created a chargeless electric car. He invented a chargeless electric car, a chargeless helicopter, but he's saying there's no evidence of this. This is in USA Today. Okay. Shortly after that, in less than, okay, and then after that was set up in the same article, it says the first million-mile electric car battery may not be far away from hitting the road, and it's in a Tesla. Okay, that's what USA Today reported on November 10th, 2020. Now, then right after that, let's say less than a year after that article, you have on May 7th, 2021, on Nihanda Radio reported that Chikumbutsu is allegedly poisoned and hospitalized, but he survives. Praise to the ancestors that was with him and guiding him and showing him the way. He survived. So you understand what we're talking about. We must protect our community. So I want everybody to understand it. When you hear brothers like Brother Ramzu talk about self-determination, trust me. We need to courage up. We ain't got to be brave. Just courage up. Have courage and have faith. Not in an invisible God that we've been led to believe in, but have faith in the true and living God that we see every day. When we look at each other, we are looking at God. Remember that the first mirror was me looking at you and you looking at me and telling me, hey, bro, you got a booger in your nose. Oh, damn, thanks, bro. Or you got your fly open. Or, there's a bug trying to bite you right here. Okay. So, we know that we have to work together to build the Black genius, to keep the Black genius together, to keep the Black community intact. So hopefully this broadcast, people, many brothers and sisters out there, please spread the word, subscribe, like, and let everybody know that Major TV is on the move, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. Just keep your eyes and ears open and keep your heart right. Make sure your intuition replaces your intelligence, your intellect, because this is what's happening in 2022. Your intuition is taking over your intellect. And a lot of people are not going to be able to handle that because they're up in the head. But it's okay, because it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Intuition will supersede intellect, because that's where it was from the beginning. The beginning shall be the last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. Okay, so peace and love to you, Major. I see you back in the lineup. If there's any questions, anything, and if not, I'll see you next time.
Salute, Elder. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate that. It was beautiful. You start doing it at least once a week, 1 hour, sort of just sharing wisdom with the people. I've been kind of bouncing through the comments. A lot of people give you high praise. I don't see any questions. Anybody have questions for the Elder, please ask.
All praises to the Most High. We give thanks.
And I'll flash the comments on the screen if you want to just check them out and comment on it. I went through a whole bunch of them already. And I want to thank you all for just taking your time out on this big old Thursday and support this channel, support this platform. I want to thank you personally. And I want to thank you for watching the Elder, and also saying a lot of inspiring, positive things. And where I'm going at was this. We say we got no unity, but that's a lie. This example of unity. The problem is we have people that don't want to unify if you're not doing it their way. And that's an issue. I've met so many people when this platform was formed. Elder said, stop saying I and say we. It's a we type deal, right? I said, you're right. And that's what you've been saying, we, when I talk about Major TV. This is a people platform. I'm not trying to talk all the time because I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, and I let the Most High guide me. And when He bring the people like the elders in my life to impart more wisdom, I have to share it with you all. Too many times there's a lot of selfishness in our community. Too many times there's a lot of undermining, a lot of backstabbing. You have a lot of serpents in the community. But this is unity, when you can create something inspired by the Most High and bring people together, and them people also reach people and bring people together. Elder got so many people who didn't organize and got together in the movement, and then him being in the midst of music and really teaching and healing in music. You'd be surprised people are already putting boots on the ground that got things going like Elder, just because you don't hear him talk about a lot of things. Behind the scenes, him and many others I won't call, is connecting the dots. But I just want to thank Elder for always, being a friend. Listen to me, inspiring me, keeping me focused. And what I did today, I've been trying to get him to come on the platform and do his own thing while him and I bumping heads sometimes. We both run our mouth a lot. But I might want to thank you, brother.
Yeah, positive vibes. One I say one last one before I go is like, yes, there's a lot of people that out there that on another, like I say, we all have nine, but there's a lot of people out there that are doing things whatever way they want to do it. We must not be sidetracked by those people. Those who are united must unite stronger and continue to be united. Pray for those and that are not moving in that fashion, that are not vibrating at that level of vibration. Pray for them that one day they will be able, their eyes will be open, and they will be able to remember and return, because they just don't remember. And they're so confused with all the stuff that they have accepted, and their mothers have fed them, and their fathers have fed them, and their fathers and mothers and the grandmothers have fed them. Now is a time where the universe, the earth, the energy of life is taking over. And so we have to now learn from those who are in line with that. People like myself and other people that I know, and I have people that I see in the movement, they're on the right track. They're moving. We need to support those people. Don't worry about those other people that's really on a negative tip. It's okay. Not everybody will transition or transcend to the level of frequency necessary to escape the onslaught that is coming. It's not in hoarding food. It's not in doing none of that. We get energy and nutrients from other sources that is unknown to those people. And that's another topic for another time. How do we get energy for nutrition without food? We need to understand that there is a way that this can be achieved. So I just want everybody, don't lose faith, don't lose hope, don't panic, be kind to one another, cooperate with each other, help each other. You don't have to help somebody because it benefits you. Just help them because they need help and you can help them. Because that's a deposit you're putting away. So let love lead you, let love guide you, let understanding hold you, let truth free you. We embrace our genius now, our genius. So peace and love to each and every one. Thanks for coming through and being there. Continue to support Major and all others who are on this level of vibrations. Peace and love, brother.
Peace
and all
and
of my
love,
people.
brother.
Yes.
You gone?
Yes, I'm not here. I'm not
All
gone
right.
because when you're gone, you're gone. You can't come back.
All right. Well, I'll be talking with you, my brother. You did a
All
good
right,
job.
brother.
Come on again and bless us again, my brother.
Every time, every time. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Yeah, I mean, it's always a blessing to just have positive vibrations in your life, positive people, and then we all in one mind, recognizing the Most High, our purpose, and what we have to do. I can't thank the elder, the brother, the father, the husband, um, the black man, Chihuahua. I really appreciate him. Beautiful brother. And I appreciate you for just taking the time and just rocking with Major TV, supporting Major TV. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you all. And I want to send a special shout out to I haven't had a nice evening too, by the way. Special shout out to this brother right here. If you don't know, can I find it? Where is that? I'm sorry, I can't find it. Where is it? 1 second. I want to shout this brother out right here. I think I had a loss. I go right here. I want to where is that? 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Can I find what I'm looking for? That's not it. That's not it. I want to shout this brother out today. I met up with Brother Ramsey, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Powerful brother. Salute. We just did a live last night where the brother came through. Always about his business, always about the people. Much love, respect, and support this brother. Please support the brother and what he's doing. Y'all, if y'all don't know, he have a major self-turn movement in Detroit, and he's really trying to help our people. I had a chance to build and really just see that I enjoyed the whole time together, and I appreciate the fact that this brother do listen, don't lose his cool, very humble, and he know what he want to do, and he's doing it. So shout out to brother Ramzu. I enjoyed you, my bro. And I'm seeing y'all comments. I'm just showing it across the screen. My family. We gonna talk about the comments too much. This is a question. I see y'all thanking me, Elder, thanking the platform. Well, we thank you. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for just supporting us. Just understanding that we're not doing it just to be doing it. It's a real situation we in, and this is a war. They keep saying this revolution will not be televised. The revolution is happening right now. We just still, some of us are still asleep. Nothing gonna fall in the sky. If you're waiting on somebody, you're gonna be waiting. The people around you every day. See, I'm gonna tell you something. When you read the script, it talks about false prophets. It talks about watching the fruit people bear. It also implies about when you talk about false prophets, the smoke screens and how you might think and this is the one, that's the one. But you gotta constantly watch their movement and their actions. Good produce good, bad produce bad. We all are going through something. It's how we process it and handle it. I know we're different, but if you're reading a script, or you're reading the Quran, or you're reading anything that have wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, real life examples, you can see the way and you can see the light. So a lot of us, our eyes are closed, or we got a blindfold over our eyes and we can't see what's going on. I'm tired of hearing people say there's no unity. That's not true. There's a lot of unity in the black community. But you have a lot of people in the black community that don't want to unify. It's their way or the highway. It don't go like that. Everybody on this platform and on flash your comment, I'm giving you a verse, or the Most High giving you a verse. Take that back. No vanity. The Most High giving you a verse to say what you're saying to the public, because it's a public forum. People saying with balanced warriors say, salute the major, appreciate you and what you do, fam. That's not, I receive it, thank you. But you have a verse where you can say what you say. Good or bad. And if it's too bad, you may get blocked. But I deal with the haters are calling it. But I do want, if you differ or you see something different, cool, but it's about us. It's about us. And I'm seeing all the beautiful comments and accolades that you're giving to me and me and the elder, but I give all praise to the Most High. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Elder doing what he's supposed to do. You doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you're not doing, you need to start doing it. I keep telling everybody, I was once just like them, watching videos, following certain people, feeling a lot was being said, but I was watching someone walk. I've been seeing I was seeing certain things, right? But when I really got to think of it and say, look, I'm tired of seeing what I'm seeing, I'm tired of hearing what I'm hearing. All of it's good in one sense, but another sense, it's not being shown a realistic way how we gotta unite, how we gotta come together, how we have to help each other, love each other, build and whatnot. So I decided to start Major TV, which is the people platform. Where we can come on here and listen to the elder, listen to Sister Cody, or listen to Brother Ramzu, or whomever. Because the whole goal is, it's not about me, the elder, you, it's about all of us. I supposed to be in lowercase. Me, myself, I lowercase. We, us, ours with uppercase, everything in caps. I am you and you are me, and we are one. And with that being said, again, thank you. I love you all. I appreciate you coming through. If you're just tuning in, go watch the replay. Elder came on talking about the black community and its genius. He spoke about the greatest mathematician and the numerous other things. But it's all about opening our people's eyes and showing the light. And I thank you. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. Share the video. We say we about the movement, we about our people. But don't keep it to yourself. Spread it like you would spread anything. A lot of times we support people, support platforms, and organizations that's not really doing right by the people and that's not really righteous. There's a lot going on behind the scenes you don't know. There's a lot happening that shouldn't be happening on certain people's watch. But it's up to you. It's up to you and the Most High and how you decide to impart information to people, how you decide to make sure that when you're hearing a good word, you're seeing things happening that's for the people. It's on you sharing. So I request you all share the video. On top of that, if you're new to the channel, hit subscription button as well as notification bell. We are dropping content often. Major TV is not about Major. It's about the people. So thank you again for everything. All praise to the Most High. And with that being said, y'all know what it is. Y'all stay focused, still cool, and just be black. Peace. Major TV Let's Talk website. I'm on the merch page. Check the merch page out and shop with us. There is so many different items from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tank tops, cups, mugs, bags, hats, beanies, you name it. All you have to do is go to the merch page and just scroll through the different items and pick out which one you would like to check out. Support Major TV. Buy our merch. Make this company stronger by buying black and supporting the black media platform. This platform cannot be without the people.
To the people, the power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Power to the people. The power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Wish we could see that we hurting ourselves. Hate to see each other excel. Looking like crabs in the barrel. Wanna gossip, wanna judge. What if we all just unified and put all our differences aside to preserve our way of life and be black and keep our pride and be kings under God and speak words that are wise and don't glorify things that took our fucking people lives. We've been oppressed so long, we feeding on our own, disconnected from our people, stuck in zombie mode. Children of the lost tribes, just go back to Israel. They say I'm trivial, but I swear it's biblical. We need to come together, not only at funerals. I'm so tired of